All right, let's go ahead and dive right into this. Feels like it's been a while since I've last done a live stream, and I know it's only been a couple of days, but here we are. Friday afternoon, what's going on, everybody? Shout out to you guys. Hope you get the opportunity to rock with me live, and if you don't, well, I hope that this turns into something that you can watch after the fact, and it's enjoyable. I've got so much to share with you guys here, and I've got no notes for this whatsoever, no idea where this conversation will take us, but I can tell you a lot of positive stuff going on right now, and honored to get the opportunity to be involved in so much awesome stuff that you guys are going to be excited to see, and that's going to start today in video. Shout out to the folks getting up in here. Curtis, you're number one in here. Christopher, number two. Joe, I can't see your username. Griffey, what's going on? Ghetto God, what's going on? Shout out to all the channel members here on After Prison Show. It means a lot having your guys' support. If you are a channel member here, you've seen early access to today's video, which is a behind the scenes of a really big video that's coming after the video today, an hour later over on Banky's YouTube channel. So really excited to be bringing you guys all of that. Hey, I hope you guys are having a great Friday. It's a little hot and humid where I am. The weather has been raining for the last couple of days. It's supposed to rain for like the next 5 days. And man, that sucks. It's humid outside and I don't like that. But shout out to everybody up in here. Tall guy, I see you right there. Christopher Mason, what's going on though? Boy, though, Freda, I see you right there. Graham Tam, what's going on? Playing Indies, what's going on? I'm shouting out some channel members first and foremost. Redskin Chris, what's going on with you, brother? Thank you for being up in here. Ray of Hope and Happiness, sorry about your wife's brother. I really appreciate that. That has been really tough on my wife. I mean, it's been tough on me as well and my entire family. If you guys don't know, I think the last live stream that I did, man, was it Sunday? Couldn't have been. I feel like I live streamed this week sometime, but it was on last Sunday where I was sharing that we just had a death in the family Saturday night. And my wife's brother, who was the same age as me, he's my brother-in-law. He was killed in a car accident, very tragic situation, and it destroyed my family. My wife had to leave to go to the funeral. I couldn't. I just couldn't go. I didn't want my son to go down there and have to. It just wasn't what was going to happen. So, nonetheless, a very special rest in peace to Dustin, my brother-in-law, and I appreciate the kind words. Murph, what's going on with you? Shout out to you for being up in here. Big boss, man, what's going on? All right, I'm going to go ahead and start getting into some of this stuff. I've titled this thing Live Show Friday Major Updates. Well, man, do I got a lot to share with you guys. And it, like I said, it begins today. So there's a couple of new introductions that are going to be coming on After Prison Show and also Banky's YouTube channel as well. This entire week, I've been working with Banky specifically. And we have filmed some powerhouse content. I'm going to share a little bit of that with you guys. Today's video, like I said, is a behind the scenes of a huge video that I filmed and edited for Banky's YouTube channel. We're going to be bringing the interview of this guy over on After Prison Show in the near future. But today we introduce a guy by the name of D. D is a guy that Banky served time with while he was in prison. Banky was in prison for 33 years. D served 14 years in prison. I thought that D had just recently gotten out within the last couple of years, but I was wrong about that. D has actually been released since 2008. Interesting thing about that is in 2008, your boy was just going to prison, was just getting locked up. It's thundering outside. Christopher Mason says Booby is a beast. You're going to be seeing Booby today in the video. So D gets out in 2008. The video coming for Banky's channel is titled, "One of the Most Successful People That I Know from Prison." D is really successful since prison. This guy lives in a really nice house. This guy has a nicer truck than mine. This dude's got the Chevy truck, brand new, Black Widow edition, lifted up, all blacked out. I mean, dude is, he got some nice things. D has a gaming room, one of his business ventures at this point. You're going to be seeing about that today. I didn't even know what a gaming room is. You'll see that in today's video. D has security. He's a big deal. D's security is named Booby. Booby is a big old dude who served a lot of time in prison himself, and he is he's an awesome guy. While we were filming this video, it was an interview kind of vlog, kind of other type of a feel for Banky's channel. You know, I'm shooting the shit with Booby, and Booby is a character, man. Booby's a character. I told him, I was like, man, you need some airtime as well. But anyways, to go even further with this guy, D, the original idea with this guy was, and before I get to that, let me share with you why we wanted to have this original idea. There's a story that I had ran across in the news, and you know, I'm always late to the party. I always find out about shit a day late and a dollar short. But I guess just recently there was a huge story in the UK involving a prison guard, female prison guard, who was engaging in relations in a cell with a prisoner, and it was being filmed, and she has an OnlyFans. And I'm a little foggy on the details of who was actually filming this. Now, to let you guys know, I have seen the video more than a few times. I've had to study this, trying to gain insight into the psyche. I thought about doing a reaction video to this prison guard over in the UK getting smashed in the cell. Wow. Wow. Wowzers. Probably wouldn't do so well. Maybe it would. But anyways, I run across this story, and then this guy D, me and Banky start talking about him. And, you know, D was a Rico Suave type of a dude. In prison, this guy had plenty of COs that he was smashing himself. And he's got quite a few stories in relation to that. So, you know, part of the idea with D was we were going to talk about just prison relationships with female staff members, smashing guards in prison, video idea and title right there. But his story is so much more than that, because he is very successful after prison. And not only is he very successful and he has very nice things, and he has a lot of very nice things, D also has 6 children, 5 daughters and a son. And do you know that D has custody of all 6 of his children? D's a single father, running around after prison, conducting legitimate business, being super successful, all the while being a single father of 6 children. So when you see the video on Banky's channel today, you're going to see these kids because they show up, and you're going to see D's interaction with his children. There's so much potential with D. You know, this guy could be like a freaking reality show. You know, single father after prison, 6 kids. A day in the life of this guy is a video that we definitely want to do with him. But he's super gung-ho about the opportunity to be sharing his life on social media, something that he's never done before. And today you're going to get a chance to meet this guy, D. Again, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on After Prison Show will be the behind the scenes. And then on Banky's channel at 6 p.m. will be the video, the Big Deal production. Let me get up into these comments a little bit. And again, if you're a channel member here, you've seen that behind the scenes video, which I think it came out pretty damn good. Freda said it had to be a stunt to promote her OnlyFans. It probably was. I don't know what a prison guard in the UK makes, but I know here in the States, you ain't making hardly nothing. And yeah, man, certainly a lot more money that you can make in OnlyFans. So why not? But I wonder if she's going to get charged for that. Because there's a lot of red tape involved with engaging in that kind of activity between a guard and a prisoner. Keeping it redneck, what's going on with you? Shout out to you for being up in here. Chucky, what's going on with you? Worm, what's going on with you? Shout out to you guys for being up in here. Playing Indy says, I'm very curious about Booby and his story. Yeah, man, Booby he's a cool guy. He's big as shit, and when you see the video, you're going to see him next to Banky. Banky's big as shit. But Booby is a monster. And that's, this guy D's security. So we've got D. Huge thing coming. Then we have already filmed this, and we're getting this edited right this second. Matter of fact, there was a fan of After Prison Show. I don't know if they're in here right this second. Was it 27, I believe, was the username? If you're in here, would you please stand up? But there's a fan of After Prison Show who's reached out to me that wanted to help with some video editing. I know you've sent me a message. I haven't had a chance to look at that message just yet. And I know you got that video, I think, done that I sent to you. So I'm really excited to see how that came out. And that brings me to the next person that we're going to be introducing. And we do have the big video for After Prison Show and also a video for Banky's channel as well. This person's name is Daryl Redmond. This is a name that's probably going to mean nothing to you guys because you're not from my local area. And even if you were from my local area, it probably still wouldn't ring a bell all that much. When Banky and I got back in contact and we started talking about, doing videos and all of these ideas and things that we could do, I said, and another thing, I said, we need to get in contact with this dude. Hey, 27. Damn, sorry about that. Why would you come in here and just start doing all of that? That's not what needs to be done right there. But I guess I got to get rid of you, man. You got to go. Can't be doing any of that. Anyways, I lost my whole train of thought over that. But 27, shout out to you. I saw you in the comments right there. Appreciate you. Pin message. I can't stand up. That's probably the wrong message to pin right there. But thank you for being up in here, and I appreciate you reaching out and wanting to help with these videos. Daryl Redmond is where I was going next. So this is a huge activist in our local area involved with preventative measures for the youth to stop the violence. I'm telling Banky about this dude. I'm like, yo, we need to get in contact with this guy, Daryl Redmond. Banky's like, wait a minute. That's like my stick man. Like, I know him very well. I hang out with him all the time. So Banky makes this happen. We get the opportunity to go meet with Redmond and start doing video work with him. And what this dude is doing is probably the most commendable stuff I've seen. There's a lot of people doing a lot of commendable things, but this is a really big thing. Daryl Redmond served 25 years in prison. He went to prison as a juvenile. He was, rough around the edges, to say the very least. Saw a lot of crazy shit while he was in prison. But he's a very intelligent, articulate dude that you don't want to have no problems with. Straight like that. Daryl Redmond, he's from the projects. He comes home from prison, and I know his neighborhood that he grew up in. It's right down the street from my house. And I remember when they did this, but can you imagine you leave from a neighborhood that you grew up in, you go to prison, you come home 25 years later, two decades later, 2.5 decades later, and now there's a freaking big black gate around your entire neighborhood, and there's only like one way in and one way out. Redmond would share with us that, when he came home from prison and he went back to his neighborhood, because that's the only place that he's known his whole life, he sees this gate. He was like, man, I just got out of prison. I came back to my neighborhood, and it was a prison out here. Horrible neighborhood, bad reputation, people getting killed in this neighborhood all the time. Daryl Redmond's home from prison for 3 days, and he starts a nonprofit, basically. It's called Give Back to the Block. And what he's doing with this is he's trying to advocate for the youth to stop shooting each other. And he became such a powerhouse in that one neighborhood alone that for 18 months or 16 months, they didn't have a shooting at all. That's a big deal in one of the worst neighborhoods in my city. This made national news, what this dude was single-handedly able to do. When he did this, everybody started paying attention. And now this dude has the blessings of the entire city. The mayor, the police department, the prosecuting attorney, he's got everybody. The senator. So, I was asking this guy Redmond, because here's the crazy thing about it. Anytime that there's a shooting in my city involving a juvenile, and sadly it happens, sometimes quite frequently, he is at the scene of these shootings. And when the news shows up, they're talking to him. And I asked him, I said, who calls you when this takes place? He says, the community calls me. He says, I know everything going on in this city. I asked him, he's been home from prison since 2019. I said, well, how many dead bodies have you seen since you've been home from prison? He said, over 80. He's been at the scene of over 80 murders. I said, man, that's unbelievably unfortunate. So we're going to be doing a lot of stuff with Daryl Redmond as well, and we've already began that, and that's going to be coming very soon. We got a powerhouse interview coming real soon here on After Prison Show, and a big video coming for Banky's channel as well. But anyways, let me get up into these comments a little bit. Shout out to you guys for taking the time, man. We got 220 people up in here. Johnny Ramirez, I'm in Houston, still don't have electricity at my house. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, man. That sucks, man. 27 says, very well-spoken guy. 27's the guy that edited the video with Daryl Redmond and Banky. So, very special shout-out to you right there, 27. Thank you for being up in here. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, okay, so we've got D. We've got Daryl Redmond. Well, yesterday, Redskin Chris, shout-out to you for that, man. Very special shout-out. Thank you, man. So yesterday, Banky and I, we get the opportunity to go to a college. Yo, we're doing big things. I got so much video that I want to be able to share with you guys, but I ain't got nothing done with it just yet. If you're a member of the After Prison Show 2024 Discord, I wish I had a link for that damn thing. I'm not even logged into it on this computer. I've been sharing like little tidbits, and I want to share more there. And of course, for channel members, there's going to be all sorts of bonus footage that I'm sharing with you guys here. But yesterday, Banky and I, we go to a college because, when Banky and I weren't together, and after Prison Show, when Banky was doing his channel and Joe was winding down from YouTube, getting in my feelings, thinking like, damn, man, the views ain't there and the channel don't matter no more, and there's, more relevant. I don't care about none of that no more. Joe fully vested in this thing. And I see what people are doing on prison YouTube that is working. And I'm saying, you know what? I see exactly what they're doing. And I ain't messing with none of it. We're going to do something totally different and super powerful. I'm going to go a little bit all over the place, but I'm going to come back to a thought that I need to remember. Hopefully I do. But when Banky moved on from After Prison Show because he was doing his channel and Joe was winding down, Banky got in with a professor at a college in our local area who runs the audio department. And let me tell you something about this. We went and met with this guy yesterday. We're talking to him about a lot of these ideas and these projects that we've got going on and what we need and what we're trying to do and how can you help. And, You know, we want to build a big team of shit going on. But anyways, we go to this college. We meet with this professor, and he is blown away with everything that we're talking about. We get a lot of resources from this place. When you see the video that I filmed from it, it'll make more sense. We got a full-on production company at our disposal to a certain degree. Full-on filming sets with, I mean, it looks like a newsroom. And matter of fact, it's the news when they get done with like old cameras and desks and backdrops. They donate it to this school because a lot of the news anchors came through this school, through this professor who's plugged into all the local media outlets. So we meet with him, and I see you right there. Bring back Connor. It's probably not going to happen. Connor's moved on. Maybe. I don't know. It's not on the radar right now. Connor's my homeboy, but not everything is for everything. I'm learning that. So anyways, Kimberly, shout out to you for being up in here. Chucky, thank you for getting up in here. Dan, what's going on with you? Oh, Matt's up in here. Matt, what's going on, man? Shout out to you. So anyways, we did the college professor thing, and we're talking to him about a bunch of these ideas. But let me go back to Daryl Redmond right quick, because that was a conversation that came up. So again, this guy has an organization. It's called Give Back to the Block. He works with a lot of at-risk youth, a lot of youth who have been involved in situations where somebody's been murdered. He's got the youth that he works with heavy. So while we're filming with Redmond, we're talking about, man, we need help with editing. Like we need some help with editing. And the conversation comes up. He was like, I got all these teenagers. He was like, we could teach them to edit the videos. And I got to thinking about that for a minute. I was like, hey man, that is a brilliant idea. Hear me out on this. What if we start getting involved with what this guy's doing with the youth, and we start teaching kids and young adults how to do social media? I ain't no big, bad, tough guy that anybody's going to listen to about getting out of the streets. Hey, but I can surely teach you how to do something with this. So we start talking about this, and it's like this. What if we taught these kids how to edit videos? You know what we're doing if we did that? We're keeping these kids in the house. And then, what if we was holding like summer courses? Like the idea is so big right there with working with the troubled youth and teaching them not only to edit videos for us, you know, help us be a part of something bigger than yourself, because that's what I'm learning about AfterPrisonShow. It's bigger than me. But what if we're teaching them how to film videos for themselves? Because a lot of these kids ain't got nobody, right? You can't really talk to your friends. You're not going to open up to your friends. Hey, but you might open up to this. Okay? So what if we're teaching kids to edit videos, and we're teaching them how to film videos for themselves, how to open up and share. And they don't even got to do nothing with the video. They could just film it and be on their phone, and that's what it is. But you want to start a TikTok. You want to start something, even though Joe don't really know a damn thing about TikTok, but I'm sure I could figure it out. You're talking about free therapy right here. So this was another big, big idea that we had. And, man, when I tell you we about to, the Bearded Christian says Joe's child labor. There you go, man. It certainly won't be coming across like that. It certainly won't come across like that. But yeah, I knew there would be somebody who would say something like that. I think that it would get a lot of attention. See, and let me go a step further with that particular thought. You know, working with the youth, getting them. I don't care if they're helping us edit videos. We're going to teach them how to edit videos. Okay, I don't need them to edit videos for us. All right, that was just how the conversation got started. And see, as I read your comment talking about Joe's child labor laws, I realize, you're probably right. Somebody probably would have that to think. So you know what? We don't need them editing our videos. But we take the time to teach them how to use things like CapCut, which I barely know how to use. We teach them how to use social media as a tool instead of just wanting to film the bullshit. What did I hear Whistling Diesel say about social media and TikTok yesterday? He said it's brain rot, right? Everybody just wants to film the bullshit, the train wreck. What if we were teaching these kids how to do skit videos, how to edit them and put them on their own little social media, which we don't got nothing to do with because they're juveniles. You know, you do your own damn thing. I'm not going to put them on After Prison Show. That's for damn sure. Could you imagine? Philly Dog says editing isn't easy. Editing is very easy once you learn it. I don't know shit about computers, but I'm an editing guru. It's very easy, especially doing it on your phone. And to go even further with that, it's super easy. I mean, there's people who are doing these TikToks, these kids who are doing these TikToks with these transitions and these cap cuts that I think is not easy. I'm telling you, After Prison Show is going in a better direction. I'm going to get to some things. Kimberly, a very special shout out to you for that donation right there. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Let me go ahead and heart that money right there. Anna Marie Cruz, a very special shout out to you as well. Thank you for being a channel member, for all the messages that you send to me. And thank you for that gift membership right there for these folks right here. Where else was I getting ready to go? It's going so. Oh, there, right there. Dylan says, "Where is Lucky Joe?" I've got no ideas. I ain't even seen him. He ain't at his normal locations, and I really haven't been out there like trying to hunt him down because why? All right, I'm not going to beat a dead horse. But you know, what more can we do? Hey, let's get an update. Oh yeah, you know, pretty. Got a pretty good idea of what that update's going to be. Again, we're talking about train wrecks here, but I'm glad that you brought up Lucky right there. Because maybe After Prison Show has been focusing on the wrong thing for so long. Hey, let's go out here and try to help, you know, people dealing with addiction, which has not really worked out so well for us. What if we were able to work with the people before they ended up in these situations, the juveniles? I know there's a lot of people who would appreciate that. And we've already got a lot of people who are doing that, who we're connected to. I want After Prison Show to be something big, but let me also say this as well. You know, we're going to do After Prison Show type of stuff. Matter of fact, on Monday, we're getting ready to go rent that prison cell, and we're going to do quite a bit with that. So don't feel like, you know, we're turning into, you know, something that we're not. But we do have to adapt to survive. A video that I did recently that somebody said was a 12-minute short. You know. Let me get up into these comments a little bit right, Chia. Shout out to everybody up in here playing indies. Very special shout out to you for the gift membership right there. I hope you guys are having a great one. I appreciate you taking the time to rock with me on this. William, what's going on with you? I see you right there. What's going on? D-Max says, Joe, how do I volunteer for you? We ain't there yet, but I appreciate the offer. I'm telling you, man, this thing is about to hopefully do something really big. I know I've mentioned a million different ideas over the course of time, but I feel so inspired by this. I really do, man. I see what these folks are doing, and I want to get involved. I want After Prison Show to be a part of it. And I want to bring the team along with me. Let me also say that I've been working with Banky all week. It's only been me and Banky. Wanted to get up with Jellicoe and Rabbit today. Wasn't able to make that happen. I haven't seen Tom in a while. Like, you know, I want to bring the team with me. So anything that I'm trying to do with After Prison Show, I want the offer to be extended to these folks as well. Dave, if Dave wants to be a part of it, Dave's working his ass off. So, like, there's going to be certain people who just can't do it for whatever reason, but just know that the offer is there to take the team with us. But again, D-Max, thank you for that, or for the offer to want to volunteer with us. Thomas asked, how's the painting business going? Still going. Haven't quit it yet, though I want to every single day. I'll tell you a story. We're painting units every single day. We got a big residential job we started four weeks ago. We went and painted 2 bedrooms and a hallway. We're supposed to be doing the full exterior, full interior. We did 2 bedrooms and a hallway. Couldn't do anything more because they were doing so much work inside of the house. I ain't heard from these people in 3 weeks. 2 weeks ago, they told me, hey, yeah, we'll be ready for you in 2 weeks. So I'm just guessing at this point, they're just not ready for us. But I want to share a story with you that happened yesterday in regards to the painting business, and just more of why I just absolutely don't like it. The only reason it's even still going at this point is because I got 2 guys who have been with me for about 2 years, and I just want to be able to keep providing them work. But eventually I'm going to shut the doors on that thing, and I might be bringing them over here to this. But yesterday I go to this property. I'm supposed to be going to meet Banky at this college. The college is right down the street from this property, like 2 minutes away. So I'm early. I get to the location where I'm supposed to be meeting Banky at. I'm early. I'm like, you know what? Let me just go stop by this property. We're painting 2 apartments over there. I only paint apartments at 3 properties, all owned by the same company. They pay me, somewhat on time. I've been working with them for a long time. I cut everybody else off. I show up over there. The maintenance guy is over there, and one of the managers is over there. And I go into the office. I ain't been on site in weeks. I send my guys out there. My guys handle everything. We don't even get a call back. We haven't had one in a long time. So I go into the office, and the maintenance man, he's super cool. I like this guy a lot. He was like, hey, man. He was like, y'all don't spray apartments, do you? I said, yeah, sometimes we do. He was like, oh, no, I was just wondering because I didn't know whether y'all sprayed or rolled, and I thought that y'all did spray. He was like, nobody ever told y'all couldn't spray over here, did they? I said, no. And matter of fact, I probably wouldn't care if they tried to tell me that we couldn't, because there's some situations where we just got to spray. If we got 16-foot ceilings, 16-foot walls in some of these units, I said, yeah, we're going to spray those. If we got to deal with ceilings that got rafters and joists and all sorts of shit, like intricate, we're spraying it. We're going to prep it. We always do. You don't ever give us a call back. We clean up behind ourselves. He was like, yeah, I don't care. He was like, but my boss, I was like, here we go. What kind of bullshit we getting ready to talk about here? He was like, yeah, my boss was just saying that he wanted y'all to be rolling because when y'all are spraying, y'all are using too much paint. And he didn't want to go get more paint for y'all. And I'm like, what are you talking? I said, okay. And I'm not being disrespectful, but in my mind, I couldn't care less about this conversation. I said, no matter whether we spray or we roll, we're going to use the same amount of paint. I said, my guys are not going to overpaint anything. All right. They don't want to put any more paint on them walls than they need to. And they already know that they've only got 5 gallons of paint to do one apartment. Sometimes 7 if it's a 2-bedroom, and you need about almost 10 gallons to do a 3-bedroom. I said, so, whether they're rolling or they're spraying, they're going to use the same amount of paint. These guys know what they're doing. He was like, yeah, I know. He was like, but the guy was just saying that, if y'all are spraying, y'all are using too much paint, and he don't want to go buy some more paint. I said, well, look, let's talk about these units that we just did. I said, they got 16-foot walls, all right? 16 foot from the floor to the ceiling. I said, that's like painting 2 apartments. I said, so 5 gallons of paint ain't going to do it no matter whether we roll it or we spray it. I said, and I'm going to say this as nicely as I possibly can. I said, but I don't care if he don't want to go get us more paint because it's costing more money. I don't care. I said, because what I'm going to do is we're going to paint the apartment until we run out of paint. and then we're done. If you don't want to get no more paint, what are we going to do? I'm going to paint the apartment until we run out of paint, and then we're done, and I'm still going to charge you for painting the apartment. And I said that as nicely as I could, but after that, I was just like, man, it just reminded me of so many little bullshit situations that I've dealt with over the course of almost 3 years that I've been doing that business. At this point, I really ain't trying to hear none of it. Again, we paint at 3 different properties. I like all of the people that we work with, the maintenance supervisor, the property manager, but the company, you know, they're tight just like every other damn apartment. They don't want to pay anybody any kind of respectable money to paint these apartments, and they damn sure don't want to go buy paint because paint's expensive. So anyways, just wanted to share, yeah, we're still doing the painting business. Playing Indy says Tom is still golfing. He could be. Like I said, I haven't talked with him in a little bit. I probably ought to give him a call. I talked to him the end of last week. Friday of last week was the last time that I had a call with him. Derek says, good idea, Paul. Let me run back to Paul. You should do an interview with ex-cons on here from all around the world, APS International. You could start with me. I've done 19 years in Scotland. Paul, send me an email. Shit. I was going to see if I had my my bot on here, but I don't. I ain't even got a mod. Had people spamming and shit. Had to deal with that. All right. Hey, Paul, my email right here. Send me an email. I would love to talk with you. I would love to hear about Scotland and why that's so important to me, especially Scotland. My brother was born in Scotland. I was in Scotland when I was 3 years old. I will never forget it for as long as I live. I'm 3 years old and I remember this. My father, sorry, I just had a bad thought. My father had a vehicle. It's sad because my brother-in-law, who just got killed last weekend, was driving the same kind of a vehicle. But my father had a vehicle. It was me and my mom and my brother and me. I was 3 years old, and I will never forget this for as long as I live. We're driving through Scotland somewhere. I remember like castles and shit like that in Scotland. And my father hit a sheep. 3 years old, this shit traumatized me worse than when Broke Wing got scooped up by the eagle. My father hit a sheep. There was wool all over the front end of that Jeep. Never forget it for as long as I live. But I would love to talk with you, Paul, about what it's like over there in Scotland. Killer, what's going on with you? Shout out to you for being up in here. Traylon, what's going on with you? Like the stream. Hey, man, I appreciate it. So we do have a video coming today at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's going to segue into another bigger video over on Banky's YouTube channel. Y'all make sure that y'all check that out because I filmed that, I edited that, and I think it's a video worth checking out for sure. Murph says, Joe, I want to be a mod. I'd like to make myself useful to you. I want your help for sure, Murph. You're definitely a big part of the Discord. I'd like some help over there if you wouldn't mind, and I'd certainly like to utilize you. Matter of fact, I can do that right now. I think I can just click on you and add as a moderator. Can manage and block words and change chat modes and live, and also capability of standard moderators. Standard moderator can review and remove chat messages. Let's start with this one first, the standard moderator. Highland Winnie, what's going on with you? Shout out to you for that donation right there. I appreciate that. Dale, what's going on with you, brother? About time, Joe. Let's go, buddy. Dale, what did you tell me the other day when we were on the phone? I was trying to remember that shit, man. You gave me that really good piece. I remembered it for a couple of days. Damn it, man. I've been talking with so many damn people as of late. These conversations are all just running amok in my mind. Hey, man, shout out to the 292 we got up in here. Tammy, what's going on? I made the live. Thank you for being up in here. Anna Marie, you definitely did not have to do that. I really appreciate, Jesus Christ. Anna Marie, a very special shout out to you right there. For operational expenses, APS has been on fire. I got to drop a like and a heart on that right there. Thank you. I'm at a loss for words for your generosity right there. I'm trying to tell y'all, we got a lot of really big stuff on the way, a lot of big ideas, and we're going to put it all together. I'm trying to utilize the folks who are part of After Prison Show to help do more. For example, I've been talking with Jellicoe, just talked with him earlier today. I want to teach Jellicoe to be able to film better, to edit videos, utilize him in every capacity. I want him to be a big part of this. I want all of these guys to be a big part of this thing. Tell you about what I was doing earlier today before doing this stream. I didn't even get a chance to film a video. I think I'm getting ready to film an update video with the young guy David that I just featured doing the prison consulting with as soon as I get done with this. Murph, shout out to you. But earlier today, I went over to Banky's, and I had to help Banky with a lot of stuff because he don't know anything in regards to the computer. So I had to set up his phone so that he could use his phone to film because his phone was set up in the wrong settings, high capacity versus most compatible, which you need on an iPhone to be able to utilize that footage. He had his phone set in 4K 60. I'm like, we don't need that at all. 1080-30 is all we need, most compatible. So boom, I helped him get his phone set up. I helped him learn how to hook his phone up to the computer so that he could download videos from his phone. I helped him go through his YouTube channel, trying to fix a couple of things. I helped him with some shorts, even though I don't know anything about shorts. I just learned. You know, Joe's always late to the party. I just learned that you could take a comment. I can respond to a comment with a short. I mean, I've been seeing people do it, but I didn't know how to do that. I literally had to watch a YouTube video on it this morning. I learned it. I showed Banky how to do it. Yeah. Derek says, free Jay Williams till it's backwards. Well, what would that be? Salamo. No, I get what you're saying right there. I think Jay Williams is getting ready to come home soon. I don't know anything about his situation. I mean, I've heard a couple of things in relation to it. I know when he gets out, he gonna blow up. He the biggest dude out of Virginia. There ain't no doubt about that. Subscribers don't matter. You can say it ain't After Prison Show. It's that dude, man. So, hell yeah. I respect it. Tracy, what's going on with you? Joe from California. Stop calling me. Sorry, it's my painter. I'm so glad I caught a live stream. I've been here watching since the beginning when you had Cody, and before I watched every new video you put out. Glad you're back. I really appreciate the support. Look, I know what you want, man. I know what you want. I got you. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. I ain't ate nothing today. Boy, your boy is hungry. Bing. Do that. Oh, I ain't even got no service out here, so this is going to be hard. While I'm doing this, let me get up into these comments. Psycho, Joe sent you an email. Please check it out. I will definitely do so. I've been checking out the emails that you guys have been sending me. I'm not trying to hear it. Please stop texting. I'm busy. All right. I'm just trying to get my guys paid. That's what I'm doing. Somebody's asking, where's Danny? I can't pronounce your name right there. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I wish I knew. I get that comment a lot. Maybe I should do a short responding to a comment that says, where's Danny? And hopefully that would address that better. I know that there's a lot of people who want a Danny update. There's a lot of people who want a Cody update. Cody's not going to do it. I don't know if I've told you guys that. I've been in contact with Cody. Cody's got a job doing security now. He can't do social media, or maybe he just can't do a prison channel. I don't know. But Cody's not coming back around. We're fine. We're good. We're Facebook friends, so that should let you know, we're good, if that means anything. And, yeah, so I don't know about Danny, Cody. There's that. I want to give another very special shout out to Anna Marie Cruz right here for this donation. I feel like when somebody donates you $100, man, you really just got to be Yo, like if I had a t-shirt on, I would write your name on the t-shirt. This is one of the only few nice shirts that I have left, so I can't do that. Oh, I got a story to tell y'all. We had almost 300 people in here. We got 266. They gonna miss the story. Shit, I forgot about this. I told Banky this story today. I told him I was so embarrassed. Yo. James says, can you say pull over ta-ta-ta-ta-ta? Murph, Joe, please. Joe definitely doesn't want any dick pics. We could react to him. Alien says, Joe, you finally realized you have 1.3 million subscribers and you ain't the biggest. Collab with Jay Williams. He'd be into it. I mean, what are we going to do? We're just going to sit here. Look, I get it, okay? There was a point in time when After Prison Show was a very popular YouTube channel. The most popular YouTube channel. That was probably short-lived, all right? I'm sure that my ego and my big head got involved in that quite a bit. I realize my place in the world now. You know, to go even further with that, you know, there was a point in time when I didn't even want to do YouTube anymore because we weren't all that relevant. Shit, the views that I was getting back then were better than the views that we're getting now, and I just hope that it shows you I know my lane, okay? I give respect where respect is due. Jay Williams is the man. From Virginia, he's the man. I got no problem with that, all right? I'm just here. Ryan, very special shout out to you for that donation right there, brother. Absolutely love the videos with Banky on the most infamous inmates he's been locked up with. Did he know the Briley brothers and P.O. Box yet? I'm pretty sure he's mentioned to me the Briley brothers in passing, like, because he talks about people all the time. I'll actually take a note of that so I remember. The Briley brothers, weren't they part of the escape? Because if they were part of the escape from Mecklenburg, then he did not know them because that was before his time. But I'm pretty sure the Briley brothers were part of that big escape. So let me just take a note of that. The Briley brothers. Got it. And then P.O. Box. Don't got a P.O. Box just yet, but I will have one hopefully soon. All right, I want to tell you all a story before I forget about it. Bobby, shout out to you, man. I appreciate that. Dave and France says painting business totally finished. It's not. I was talking about that earlier. I ain't going to go back into it, but, you know, check out the stream earlier. We're still doing the painting business. All right. Hear me out. I was so embarrassed yesterday. This should be a video. 27, if we download this and turn this into something, let's make a video of this, brother. Tammy, shout out to you. Thank you very much for that. That's going toward the P.O. Box. Hey, if we've got a donation goal on here, it's for After Prison Show to get a P.O. Box. I appreciate y'all. I want to tell y'all a story. And look, hey, watch this. We're going to film a video right here. Trying to get my aura right. I'm kidding. Alien says you are the biggest. Oh, you are the biggest. Oh, well, I appreciate that, Alien. I'm not the biggest, though. I appreciate the sentiment, but like I said, I still recognize my place in the world. Thank you, though. Story time. I was so embarrassed yesterday. Y'all will never believe what happened to me. So Banky and me, we go to a college yesterday to go meet with a professor of an audio department, and it was a powerful meeting that we had. A lot of stuff, moving parts, connections, cool stuff. But anyways, throughout this meeting, we start out in this audio room. It almost looks like a room where you would film like record a song. So we're sitting in there at this big round table and we're just chopping it up. And then the guy's showing us around to these different locations inside this department. They've got like a news set, big green screens, all sorts of stuff. But somewhere along the way, it was after we were having the powwow at the round table and we were walking around a little bit. Now, mind you, I was wearing shorts and an orange t-shirt. I told Banky this story this morning too. I said, man, I was so freaking embarrassed yesterday. He was like, for what? I said, because, we're out here meeting this professor at this college. And while we were doing so, the whole time, I just kept smelling myself. I'm not like musty. I wasn't musty. I got good hygiene about myself. So when I'm smelling myself and I smell like I stink, hey, this shit's bothering me on a totally different level. Because I don't know what this smell is that I'm smelling. All I know is I smell something bad, and it's coming from me. I begin to wonder, did I shit myself? That was a thought that went through my mind as this professor was telling me about different frequencies and decibel levels. I'm thinking to myself, did I just shit myself? Is this what I'm like? Did I not realize it? Was I engaged in conversation? I just wasn't paying attention. But it's not that. It's not doo-doo that I'm smelling. I can't put a finger on what it actually is. It's not a smell of musk. It's not a smell of fecal matter. I don't know what this is. All I know is it's coming from me. And the whole time we're having this conversation, we're in relatively close proximity. So I'm trying to stand back from everybody as we're talking, right? Because I know I smell like something bad. And I can't figure it out. And I'm thinking to myself, man, Banky probably smelling me. The professor, he's probably smelling me. Like, I smell bad. And I ain't got no idea what it is. So, I ride home, and the whole ride home, it was raining yesterday. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe my clothes got wet because it was raining when we left, but it wasn't raining before we got there, so that wouldn't have made no sense. I was thinking maybe my clothes got wet and maybe it's some kind of like a mildew smell, but it wasn't that neither. I could not put my finger on the source of this smell. I did want to go into the bathroom and check my drawers. I almost did, but I said, that's not what it is. It's not that kind of a smell. And if it is, then there's something terribly wrong. I didn't know what it was. So anyways, long story short, I get home. I smell bad. I drove home the whole way feeling bad, because when you smell bad, you feel bad, right? When you know you stink, you feel bad about it. I'm like, man, I took a shower last night. So what I'm thinking is, and here we go, Joe just going to keep it a buck with you. I'm going to keep it a buck because that's just what Joe do. What I'm thinking is, it's got to be these shorts that I'm wearing, okay? Because I ain't going to lie. It's been hot outside all week. And I ain't really been doing no sweating. I mean, I haven't been. So I'm not going to lie. I was going to throw in the Big Dave reference right there. I've been wearing the same pair of shorts all week long. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I've taken a shower, changed my drawers, but I've been wearing the same shorts. Like, so what? I ain't got but like one pair of shorts that ain't got paint on them. Somebody's clipping this right now. Joe is a disgusting wildebeest. So I'm thinking it's the shorts, right? I'm like, man, shit, that's what you get, Joe. That's what you get. You wore the same pair of shorts all week, and you knew the risk that you were taking doing that. You knew, without knowing, you knew then in that meeting with that professor at that college, at a college, that you ran the risk of smelling like, smelling bad. So I get home, I'm thinking it's the shorts, I'm changing immediately. I'm like, look, it's been a week. Let me take these shorts off, put them in the washer, take my shorts off. I'm sitting there in my underoos. I take that orange t-shirt off, and as soon as I take that orange t-shirt off and I get that joint over the top of my head, it hits me. Boom! Whatever it is that I'm smelling, it's coming from the back of this t-shirt. And then it registered. You see, because Joe does wash his clothes, right? But I got a bunch of t-shirts and shirts that I can't dry. So a lot of times inside of my house, I've got shirts laying everywhere, right? Whenever I do laundry, shirts are laying everywhere. So I did that. And anyways, when the shirt comes over the top of my head, that's when the smell hits me like a ton of bricks. Boom. And I still don't even recognize exactly what it is until I take the shirt all the way off. And I'm like, this is what is smelling so bad. What is it? And I take a big old whiff of the shirt. And then I realized I just stuck my face in dog piss. You see, Louie, this son of a bitch, he likes to piss on everything. And what I didn't realize, because my shirt had been laying on the doorknob for the last week, I just didn't move it. Somewhere along the line, Louie must have pissed on my shirt. And somewhere along the line, that must have dried. Now, when I put the shirt on, you may wonder to yourself, Joe, you should have smelled it then, but I didn't. Okay, I didn't even smell it all day until we got to the meeting. My dumb ass is running around with a shirt with dog piss all over the back of it. And I didn't even know. But I would soon be made aware when that smell started to resonate in the middle of an important meeting where you're trying to come across as an important part of whatever it is that you're trying to talk about. This professor probably looking at me like, when the last time this dude had a shower? Because I don't know what that smell is. It didn't, dog piss has a really strong odor to it. But because it's on my back, all the way down by my ass, I don't know, it was not registering to me that that's what it was. But sure shit, that's what it was. It was dog piss that I was walking around, and I'm around people all day. Yeah, hey, what's going on? Yeah, man, Joe, boy, hey. Smelling like dog piss. I'm in the office at that property telling that story about the paint situation, walking around this tight little confined space. And they probably looking at me like, this motherfucker smell like dog piss. What are you, sleep in a kennel? So needless to say, I was very embarrassed by all of that. And I share it with you because, you're just the entire world. And anytime anything embarrassing happens, that's what you should absolutely do. Put it out there for the world to see. So yeah, I told Banky this morning, I said, hey man, did you, this is going to sound real weird, right? But by any chance, you didn't smell me yesterday, did you? And of course he said, no, man, no, I ain't. What are you talking about? But he knew. I was embarrassed. And whether he did or he didn't smell me, at least he tried to provide me some comfort by telling me that he did. And then I had to tell him, yeah, man, I was wearing a shirt all day with dog piss on it. Didn't even realize it. Oh, jeez. So, yeah, man, still got the dogs. Damn right I did. Warrior says, why the hell didn't you take it off? Because I didn't know that that's where it was coming from. You got to understand, I'm in the middle of a meeting. I'm trying to stay away from everybody while self-diagnosing. I'm checking my armpits. I'm, doing a mental calculation of what's going on in my drawers. It's not coming from there. And again, all I thought was it was the shorts. I didn't have another pair of shorts that I could have changed into in the middle of these meetings. They're in the Discord right now talking about GoFundMe for a drying rack for Joe. Oh, boy. Hey, Aussie, shout out to you for that right there. Been a while since I last watched APS. Did you ever ended up having Peaches on the show? No. Somebody that I haven't been able to get in contact with close seconds, and I still haven't been able to get this person either. Cherry is alive and well and very active on Facebook. I've messaged this dude on Facebook. I have messaged him on Instagram. His phone number's on Instagram. Now, I've tried to call this dude before. And, well, he didn't pick up the phone. But what if we tried to call Cherry on this live? What if he picked up? Of course he would pick up because we're doing this live, right? Come on. There we go. I don't know if this is even going to be the thing to do here. It's probably not the right thing to be doing here. Oh, that's why I did it wrong. Hold on one second here. Gosh, I am parched right here. I'm trying to see if we could call him. That was the wrong soda. Oh, boy, that soda tasted really bad right there. Oh, that might make me Earl. Ooh, that soda tasted like that joint was old. Which one is the right one? What's his, there it is right there. There's Cherry's old Instagram. Oh, he ain't got the phone number up there no more. Now we got the Gmail. You son of a gun. Man, I wonder if I could call him on Instagram, but he don't follow me. Damn it, man. Damn it. I should have saved that damn phone number. See, the problem is with Cherry that I believe is that he probably heard the ramen noodle rap song that I wrote, right? Somewhere along the lines, he's probably either seen the video that I did talking about him or he heard that song. In prison, don't sit with Cherry, dude. I can't. David and Francis FaceTime him. You know what? If I FaceTime him, I can't pull that. I need another webcam, which this isn't plugged in right now. Okay. I'm trying to think of what I can do. I'm trying to troubleshoot this idea right quick. If I FaceTime him, it's something I want to be able to do just like Drewski does, where he FaceTimes people and does funny shit. I want to do that too, like FaceTiming with fans while we're doing these live shows. It's not in my... Damn, Tina Bina. I remember a Tina Bina that used to rock with AfterPrisonShow way back in the day. I don't know if that's the same one, though. Damn it. Would I have saved it? Joe, were you smart enough to save this guy's number knowing that there could be a... Oh, my God, I did. Oh, my God, I saved his phone number. Yeah, boy. Hey, let's call Cherry, man. Why not? Copy. Call him from my other phone. What do I say when he picks up the phone? Hey, Cherry, do you remember me? We ran into each other a couple of years ago over at the 7-Eleven in Portsmouth. Do you remember we were locked up together? Okay, you may not remember this. Damn. That's wild. Tina Bina, shout out to you. You may not remember that. It's not ringing a bell that we ran into each other at the... Do you remember a situation where we were in prison together and you touched that white boy's butt? Do you remember that at all? Fuck it. Let's call him right now. I ain't even going to think about it. I'm just going to do it because if I think about it too much, I won't do it. Hello, is this Cherry? Hey, Cherry. Let me try not to leak this guy's phone number. That would be bad. Hopefully y'all can hear this. Come on now. I'm shaking thinking about this. Flashbacks to prison. Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. He don't know the number. I could be a bill collector for all he knows.
Please leave your message for...
Gosh almighty. Let me text him. All right, calls. I haven't eaten anything today neither, so if I am shaky, it's because I haven't eaten. I've been running on 2 cups of coffee and a Monster. Oh, shit. I was voice chatting all that. Hey, Cherry. This is not Siri, Cherry. Cherry. This is Joe. Not sure if you remember me or not. We ran into each other at the 7-Eleven a few years ago. We took a picture together. We were at the creek together. I ran into somebody who knew you, who gave me your number. I've been trying to get in contact with you. Let me stop real quick because, see, I've messaged him on Instagram, like, hey, Chair, I've messaged him all this and he's never gotten back to me, but I've never sent him a text. So when I messaged him on Instagram, he never got back to me. I messaged him on Facebook, he never got back to me. So then I messaged him again on Instagram and I was like, Cherry, listen, I got a YouTube channel with 1 million subscribers, though that means nothing at this point. I really want to turn you into a star. Hit me up. I think I should probably mention the YouTube thing. And I'm not doing it for any kind of ego. But you know, some people are fascinated by numbers. Not sure if you know or not, but I have a YouTube channel. And I can't tell him the name of it because he'll go watch this live stream right now. And he's like, this mom, he's trying to call me right now. With over 1 million subscribers, where I interview interesting people that I was in prison with. Was wondering if you would be interested in that. Give me a call when you get this. I would love to talk with you. I just sent it. It says, gosh, I can't reach the damn thing. I can't even see if you can see it. Can you see that? Focus phone, put it in front of my face. Cherry, right there. Yeah, man, I got that man number in my phone. Of course, if I got him on the show, I would need Booby for security. We would do this thing like straight no jumper, right? We'd have to do this one like no jumper. I'd need security. And I'd be like, Cherry, do you remember that time that you touched my ass in prison? Woo! Is exactly where that would go. But, you know, it would be a video. What were you talking about? Did you actually do that? I was asleep. I wouldn't know. Oh, shoot. Yeah, man, Cherry was a guy that I was locked up with. He was a wild dude. Used to talk to himself a lot. He was crazy, but he was one of them dudes who had like that, that certain type of strength. I can't really say the word, but you know, there's a saying for that type of strength. And he was somebody I didn't want to have no problems with. He was bigger than me and crazier than me, but he slept a couple of bunks down from me, and we were at 2 different prisons together, which was crazy enough. But at the first prison where I met him at, man, I was sitting in my cut, sitting on my chair, working on a cartoon or something, and this guy was sitting in his cut a couple of bunks down from mine, and he was just laughing to himself. Yeah, that's right. Talking to himself. There weren't nobody there. This man was talking to one of them shadow people. Yeah, I touched that white boy butt, and he ain't do nothing. Man, I'm the only white dude sitting over there. I'm like, what the what's this dude talking about? Then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, man, this dude ain't talking about me. Because, you know, when you're in prison, you ain't going to let nothing like, man, I know this dude ain't talking about me. Shit. I ain't the only white dude in this area. Even though I'm the only one sitting here, he ain't talking about me, man. Joe, don't even do nothing to him, Joe. Yeah, man, I touched that white boy butt. Yeah, I did. He was asleep. And then I got scared. I was like, I'm about to be in one of those Snickers videos. You know. Hey, look, I don't know who put this candy bar on my pillow, but I'm diabetic. If you haven't seen that video, I would love to share it with you. I've done a video about a reaction video to that, as a matter of fact. It's a video that they make you watch when you go to prison. It's a reenactment of a scared white dude going into prison. And he goes into his cell and he finds a Snicker bar sitting on his pillow. And he comes out into the housing unit, swinging that joint over his head like a helicopter. And he's like, hey, guys, I don't know who put this Snicker bar on my pillow, but I don't even like chocolate. And he just sits it out there, and then the camera pans into the Snicker bar, and there's this unsettling music. And when you're watching this video in intake, everybody's like holding on to the bottom of their chair real tight, right? Just squeezing them Junes tight. We should do a 2024 version of that video. Hear me out now. We're going to the prison cell on Monday, okay? What if we did this video? We remake it, the 2024 version. You already know I'm doing movies now. I'm going to make this bitch happen. Watch. Dude going to come out of the cell and his whole mouth is going to be covered in chocolate. You know, they told me prison was a bad place. But to whoever, kind gentleman, kind soul, left that Snickers bar on my pillow, it was delicious. Something. All right, I got to go ahead and wrap this damn thing up. I've already gone too long here. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time to rock with me on this. I love doing these live streams. I'm enjoying getting back to the content. Slowly but surely, the channel's starting to pick up a little bit. You know, we did have a video do pretty well recently, and that's exciting. You know, you put a lot of work into something, you want to see it do well. We got a lot of big stuff coming, and it's funny because sometimes some of that big stuff that we think is big stuff doesn't hit like big stuff should. But it is good to see the channel picking up a little bit. Seeing people who haven't seen the channel in a long time coming and leaving comments like, damn, I didn't even know this channel was still here. But I'm really inspired by everything that we've got going on. I've shared a lot of that in this. If you guys are joining me late, Peter talking about what did I hear about a movie? Go check out the channel, man. We got a whole movie we just did. Think of Blow, Forrest Gump, Pirates of the Caribbean. Better than that. Any prison movie that you've ever seen, this movie that we've done is better than that, hands down. And that's just me not being egotistical. That's how I feel about it. But I really appreciate all of the support. We've got a new Discord now. We're starting to do a lot more things to be active with the subscribers of this channel, for the channel members of this channel. We're going to get a P.O. box again. Like, hey, we're starting all over. And it's good to see that slowly but surely there's a potential. It's not a guarantee, but there's a potential. You know, we could become, I don't even want to say relevant again, but just see our hard work pay off a little bit more than it has been, especially as of late. Thank you, guys. I hope you have a great weekend. I appreciate all of the love and support. If you're a channel member here, a very special shout out to you. Again, Anna Marie, for that $100 donation right there. That was so kind of you. To anybody who donated on this thing, very special shout out to you. Murph, thank you for being the first mod here. Grub Mud, a very special shout out to you. Check out Grub Mud. This dude is doing awesome videos over on his channel. He is doing shorts, killing it with shorts. He's got a concrete business. He's killing it with concrete. He's a great commentator. He's a great dude. It's awesome to be able to network with people who are doing this. And 27, a very special shout out to this person, awesome fan of After Prison Show, who's helping to edit videos. Like, I know who you guys are. Tina Bina, been here a long time, coming back to the channel. That means a lot. And again, man, I appreciate all of you. I see some of these names, a lot of these names in this, And I've been seeing your names for years. And it's cool to see you guys still rocking with what we got going on here. And we are expanding the horizons when it comes to prison content, the prison genre. And I'm hopeful that it's going to be content that you guys want to check out. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, new video coming up, the behind the scenes of a bigger video that I filmed and edited for Banky's channel, and that bigger video is going to be coming at 6 p.m. on his channel. Y'all have a great one. Thank you for taking the time. I will talk with you again real soon, and until then, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted, and make the most of every day. Peace!